What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. Well, I'm sure you figured out by now that they just went and shot Charlie Kirk right in the throat in front of everybody. I see a lot of people claiming that he's not dead yet and all this stuff. Apparently, you guys aren't on X. He has been pronounced dead. We already have a video talking about it and stuff. It is fucked up. So it's good that you guys stay hopeful, though. Either way, we're going to be starting off with all of that because we have all kinds of clips and stuff related to that situation that just happened not that long ago. It's not good. But outside of that, we will be covering Hine Harris speaking out on Joe Biden's reckless re-election decision. Now she's talking shit about the Dems and Biden. I guess she's trying to win favor with whoever will like her. Then we got a UFO video. It's titled Video of U.S. Hellfire Missile Bouncing Off of UFO Leaked by Whistleblower. We actually saw this yesterday while we were on Handy News. Huge shout out to Handy News. Thank you so much for having us on yesterday. Then we got a video titled, You're Not Welcome Here, Trump Confronted by Protesters During Dinner in D.C. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. It was provided by 10 Man today, and it's titled, Bambi Al-Qaeda Isn't Welcome Here. Then we got, getting back into the news, President Trump demands death penalty for Charlotte train stabbing suspect. I agree, that guy's a fucking monster. Then we're going to show the actual post from Truth, because they don't show it in the video for whatever reason. Then we got a video titled 13-year-old arrested, 23 guns seized after alleged school shooting threat. This is some crazy 13-year-old, but I think that it's very weird that this 13-year-old had access to 23 guns. I think that this is kind of a not that it's made up, but I think there's like a psyop or something happening. Then, like I said, we'll be starting off with all the Charlie Kirk stuff, but after that we have Lefties losing it, and today it's titled Border Czar Tom Homan demolishes MSNBC host Mika, whatever the fuck her name is. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Orange Kitty, I Choose You. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Like That. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans, how you guys are feeling today. I already know how you guys are feeling today, but either way, what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Damsel? What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Guessam? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. Guessam, man, I'm pissed. I know, I'm pretty pissed too, and I think everybody feels that way right now. What is up, everyone over on Rumble? Alistair, you were first today. What did I do with the goat? Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing to the chat, Alistair. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Mr. Satan? If I can get you already. What's up, Film What Matters? Happy freedom. What's up, Turbo? What's up, H Bick? What's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Major? What's up, Elisa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Slide Dog? I'm seeing all of you guys' questions. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dual Helix? What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom. All right. You hooligans, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Bull Moose? Happy freedom to you. What's your name? Keemstar? Happy freedom to you, Keemstar. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Mrs. Satan, you were first over here. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sweet Texas Tea? Happy freedom. Slide Dog, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Kelly Jones? Happy freedom. And see Sweet Tea just losing their mind in the chat because, well, they haven't heard about the updated truth yet. What's up, Bella? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Juggalo? What's up, Tom Star? What's up, Bombay Man? Happy freedom. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? What's up, John? What's up, Samantha? What's up, DP? Happy freedom. What's up, Rhonda? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tex Vet? Happy freedom. What's up, Sven? What's up, Hazley? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Anna Kims? Happy freedom. What's up, Blue Crow? What's up, Techno? What's up, Parabellum? If I can get you already. Happy freedom. What's up, Rooster? What's up, JA? What's up, Sniff and Glue? What's up, Bill? Happy freedom. What's your name? We'll go with you. Happy freedom, you. What's up, Jagula? What's up, Kathy? Tony Rich, omnipresent. Appreciate you. You guys are welcome to hit that like button as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. So like I said, we're going to be starting off with all this Charlie Kirk stuff because this stuff is all new. And every moment, new information comes out, but I can't sit here and research it while I'm live. So we're going to get everything pulled up, and we're going to get through what information we do have right this moment. Just a second. Now, I do want to say that we're not going to show any of the graphic footage. There is video of him being shot in the throat. I've posted 2 of them. There's a third view I just found right before the live. If you do want to see how he was shot very directly, very graphically, go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. Get a paid membership. It's only 10 doll hairs, and you can watch the videos because I posted them there. I cannot show it on the live. Just a second, because we got 5 videos we're going to watch really quick, all related to Charlie Kirk. I know everybody wants to argue with me and all this bullshit, but we'll see. Interesting, they're starting to pull these videos down. One of the videos I've bookmarked, they just removed it, so we better get moving here.
Are affiliated in Utah.
You gotta just make sure there's none of the bad stuff. My brain's kind of racked after watching him die over and over again. Okay. So we're going to start off with a video that is titled Charlie Kirk has been shot. And they're going to talk about some details. He was speaking at Utah Valley University. The second video is Charlie Kirk died, age 31, confirmed by Real America Voice. Then we have an individual that they thought was the shooter, but apparently it is not the shooter. Then MSNBC's demonizing Charlie Kirk just minutes after he was shot in Utah. And then another video of claims that the shooter could be a Trump supporter, which is just the news being fucking awful, because that's what they do. So we're going to be starting off with this first video here. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but we got these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. We got a lot of cool designs. I'm going to drop all the links in the chat, but we're just going to get right into this because I know everybody's waiting on it. Like I said, this first video is Charlie Kirk has been shot.
I just started getting word just a couple of moments ago that Charlie Kirk has been shot. We have very few details so far coming in on this. We're dependent on witnesses okay. Utah Valley University. And he was speaking in front of a crowd. And in that moment, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was speaking about obviously trans issues in the country today. When a shot or shots rang out, and we can now confirm via Jason Chaffetz, who was at the event at Utah Valley University, that shots rang out as Charlie was talking about transgender mass shootings. Per Jason Chaffetz, a witness there, says he can't say that he saw blood, but he saw him he can't say that also that he saw him get shot, but he did hear the gunshot ring out, and he was watching Charlie, and then he fell back and to the left.
Okay, so that is a piss poor description of what happened compared to what you actually watch. He's sitting there, as he does, in the tent, microphone in hand, talking shit to these lefties, and he's answering a question. He picks the mic up and goes to answer a question, and they shoot him right through the throat here, and you see it come out the other side, and then he just kind of goes limp and hangs over like this while blood is spraying out of the side of his neck. Like I said, it's very graphic. If you do want to see it, you have to go over to the website, because that is the only place I can post those videos. It is what it is, and not everybody wants to see it, so I can't just drop it in Telegram. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got a couple of videos we're going to watch. This next one is Charlie Kirk died, age 31, confirmed by Real America's Voice. This is, I think, the third source now that I've heard talk about him passing. I know everybody's arguing about it in the chat and whatever. But anyways, we're going to get into this really quick. I think we're going to play all these videos before we hop in the chat. This is titled Charlie Kirk died, age 31, confirmed by Real America Voice.
John Solomon's reporting on Just the News that he's passed. Yes, is this what I'm hearing? Yes, can I get it here?
I mean,
Yes. Yes. Wow. Right here, Rav, at this moment, guys. Let's go around the horn, Gino. You were continue on the horrendous news that Charlie Kirk has passed.
Well, my prayers are for Erica, for her children, for his family. This is beyond devastating, Eric. I've known Charlie, as I said, since he was a child, running around, coming to conservative events.
John Solomon's reporting on Just the.
Okay, so like I said, Charlie Kirk is passed, at least according to these multiple sources I'm hearing from. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this. This was circulating big time. This is who they originally thought was the suspect, but now I'm hearing that this ain't the guy and that they don't know who the shooter is and that they haven't caught him. Now, maybe it's changed since I started the live 15 minutes ago, but this is originally who they thought it was. This is a real quick video. Okay, so he's just repeating that he has the right to remain silent. I had a second video of him being arrested where he was like talking about himself or whatever, or he was, I don't know. I think he might have been just reading his own Miranda rights, but either way, he was behaving very strangely while being arrested. But like I said, they were saying that this guy is not the shooter. Now, like I said, they may have found the shooter now, but they were saying that it's not that guy. Moving forward here, also, I just seen someone tell me to check Truth. I got that pulled up. We'll go through that in a second here. Third or fourth video. This is titled MSNBC demonizing Charlie Kirk just minutes after he was shot.
yeah, we're showing, by the way, our affiliate in Utah and the aftermath of the shooting. You could see people running away pretty quickly, as you would imagine they would do at gunshots. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has weighed in on this. He just tweeted the following: "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and the investigation." Charlie Kirk is a divisive figure, polarizing, lightning rod, whatever term you want to use. Why?
Well, he's one of MAGA's most prominent voices online. He hosts a near daily podcast. He opines on almost everything. He's been very closely aligned with the president since his initial run for office in 2015, 2016. And his ties to Trump really elevated his own brand. He was really quite young as an activist when the president launched his initial campaign. And he has kind of ridden along with MAGA since 2016 and built up a massive, massive brand of his own. His group has brought in tons and tons of money.
Okay. Talking shit about Charlie Kirk right after he got shot. And it doesn't stop there. This is our last video on it, as far as I know. This is titled "Claims that the shooter could be a supporter."
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
In which a shooting.
Yeah, it was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration on a college campus, because that's just what happens at Charlie Kirk events. I don't know. It's not good, and I know a lot of people are pissed about it right now. But they signed up for it. I don't know. Now, somebody told me to look up Truth. President Trump posting this 7 minutes ago. It says, "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you." Holy, so bad. It is so bad. Well, we're going to hop in the chat and talk about everything we just covered. Once again, Charlie Kirk was at Utah Valley State University. He was speaking to the crowd about shapeshifters, and then shots rang out. He has now been pronounced dead. Like I said, I have videos. I have a third one I'm going to post, but I have 2 videos showing the shooting. One of them is up close. It's like damn near front row. You can watch him get shot. And then the next one is like from the stands, like from far away. At first I thought it was AI, but it's not. It is not. So if you do want to see the graphic footage because you're just not convinced that this really happened or whatever, like I said, it's posted over in Hooligans Alley under the news tab of jeffmaclive.com. Get yourself a paid membership and you will be able to watch that graphic footage if you want to. I don't have anywhere else I can post it. Either way, like I said, we're going to read through the chat and then we'll move forward in the schedule here. Zero shooter, old white dude is just horrible. I don't know if they have the shooter yet. Let me take a look really quick and see, because the guy they originally thought it was, I guess, is not the shooter. So let me see what I can find really quick, because I know everybody wants to know about that. But I was just watching a live that Elisa sent me. They don't have a timeline, so I can't go back and forth, but they were saying that they did not have a suspect in custody and they have no motive. Let me see what I can find. Okay, they're saying it's this guy. This guy right here. Well, I don't know. I guess this is the same guy. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to just wait and see. This is the third video. I haven't seen this angle. I saw it from the angle of the guy in the blue hat. Either way, we'll keep getting details on it and stuff. It's fucking lefties. Anyways, reading through. What's up, Cadillacs? Happy freedom to you. I hope you had a fantastic birthday. Guess this one hurts. Charlie Kirk is a non-violent, good Christian dude. Yeah, I agree. I am surprised. I can't even show you guys this. That's fucking crazy. This is a live from NBC, and they're constantly rolling details. Apparently, I can't show it to you guys because it just shows up as a black screen. They have some sort of copyright protector on it. Well, shit. Either way, reading through the chat. Snooks, it was a sniper. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it the way he got hit. Cadillacs, I'm shook. Yeah. This is... I don't even know. I mean, we didn't cover it live, but I just watched it right when I was setting the schedule up. I was putting the schedule together, and then all of a sudden I came across that. And we've covered so much crazy shit during the live that I don't really know what to think at this point. Russell, I bet the shooter was trans. Yeah, I bet so too. Cadillacs, it is extremely graphic. I knew what I was doing opening it because my cousin told me he saw that, but man, I'm not really sure I was ready for that. Yeah, Cadillacs. I've watched a lot of Faces of Death and a lot of death videos in general, especially on X, just scrolling through X. You'll come across death videos. It looked legit when I saw it, but I was like, no, that's got to be AI. And then within like 10 minutes, it was like everywhere. Everybody was sharing it. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Free the Texan? Happy freedom to you. They're saying that the person was 200 plus yards away. Sounds like the government got him, but I don't know why they would. What's up, Hayden? Happy freedom. What's up, Hidu? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, he's been pronounced dead, yeah. Rappy said they don't have a shooter. I don't know. People in the chat are saying that somebody's been apprehended, but I think they're referencing the old white dude that I just showed that they're saying is not the shooter. So I don't know if they actually got the shooter or not at this point, but that's kind of the only thing we don't know. J-Dog, 200 plus yards. It sounds like what they tried to do to Trump. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did the government get after him? Dual helix, you think it was Israel? I mean, I don't know. Some people say that President Trump's in Israel's pocket. Cass, I accidentally watched the video. It was all over X. It's very hard to see. Good God, it's so sad. Yeah, Cass. That's what I was saying. When I watched the video, it was like, I saw it, and then a couple minutes later, it was like I couldn't unsee it. It was everywhere. It was just scrolling, and it's just the video over and over and over again. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom. What's up, AR16? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom. What is going on with my eye? J-Dog, don't show it. I already saw it. I can't show it. I could only show it if it was Free Speech Saturday, but it's not. What's up, Scott? Happy freedom. J-Dog, the crowd wanted to tear him apart. Yeah. Free the Texan, that's the guy that they let go. Yeah. Yep. Dua Helix, the celebrating is very sick. Yeah, there's lefties out there making crazy videos right now. Like, really crazy videos. Just full on celebrating it. What's up, Kung Fu? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tom Tom? Happy freedom. Losing. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shadow? Happy freedom. Bora, this country is overrun by mentally ill, elderly, and young thugs, sadly. Yeah, people just being bad people. What's up, Cooper? Happy freedom. What's up, Adam? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jay? Happy freedom. Damon Walker, I've become numb to the violence and death. That's why people tell me that I'm cold. Yeah, I don't know. Especially covering stuff like this over and over again. Definitely gives you thick skin. Tim Mack, you could tell it's a hunting rifle by the sound of the shot. Yeah. I'm interested to see what all details we get from this, considering how little we got from the attempted assassinations from President Trump. Right, the first shooter, they just stopped talking about him because he was dead. So there was nothing else to talk about. And then Ryan Root, they're hardly giving us any details. They didn't even want to give him an assassination charge or anything like that. So it's like with Charlie Kirk being much less than president, I wonder what details we'll even get about this. What's up, Trill? Happy freedom. Trill, man, Charlie was such a good, positive, influential soul. Breaks my heart. Such a wholesome, God-fearing family. Yeah, well, and that's what I think is so crazy about people that are celebrating that Charlie Kirk was just shot in front of everybody. Charlie Kirk never did anything to anybody. He might have said words that you didn't like, but everybody says words that somebody doesn't like. I've never seen Charlie Kirk go after anybody or raise his hand to anybody or say that he was going to go after anybody. I mean, we even play clips of him, you know, talking to lefties that are challenging to whoop his ass and all this stuff. And even then, he's not, you know, trying to be a tough guy or anything like that. So I don't understand how people can celebrate him being assassinated in front of everybody on a college campus. Because the other thing is these people celebrating are the same people complaining about guns every time there's an active shooter situation. It's like he was just gunned down on a college campus. Technically, this is an active shooter situation at a school. Like, so they either are for it or against it, you know? But that's the thing, is the lefties never make any sense because they just run off how they feel in the moment. There's no logic to it. Yeah, techno. I know, but people just don't get fired up enough to care that much. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom. Hair Juicer, yeah, Charlie Kirk was just assassinated in front of everybody. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. For the Texan, Charlie has always been an open person that will talk to anyone. Yeah, yeah. It's really crazy that this happened. Dua Helix, there was a school shooting here in Colorado too. Really? Yeah, I didn't even hear anything about that. This Charlie Kirk stuff is just masking everything. So Stoner, happy freedom. Simply Witchy, if you think about it, Charlie Kirk could have been one of those people to be considered. What are you talking about? Oh, Trump announced that he wanted to implement something that would allow church people to also be in politics. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Juicer. There's a pretty graphic video in Hooligans Alley. They really got him. What's up, Richard? Happy freedom. Richard, Charlie was one of the most polite men to ever being put on the planet. Yeah. Cosmic Squirrel, happy freedom to you. The whole point was to keep talking. Yeah, that's what Charlie Kirk was saying all the time when he was battling these radicals. He was like, if we stop talking, that's when problems happen. He's like, that's why we have to continue talking. Scott, what do you want me to check? What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom. Corley, it's really hard to deal with crazy people. Yeah. I'm wondering if there's going to be any blowback. A part of me feels like there's not. But I don't know. This stuff keeps happening, so I don't know. Eventually, it'll be too much. Oh, I see what you're saying, Scott. No ad. This is what radicals want for all of us. That's what I see when I watch it. Oh, yeah. They think they want that, but they don't. They're all soft. What's up, Brujo? Happy freedom. What's up, Parkview? Happy freedom to you. J-Dog, lefties do this because they know we won't fight back. Yep. But the government enjoys it. They enjoy it because the day you decide to fight back, that's the day the government gets to come in with martial law and control everybody. That's why they allow this shit to be that way. That's why they allow California and Seattle and Portland and all these places that are shitholes, Chicago. That's why they let it be that way. Is because one day good people will fight back, and when they do, it's not going to be good. And when that happens, then they can say, well, you guys can't control yourselves, so let's have martial law control you for you. And that's why they allow it to happen, is because they want good people to lose control. But eventually, there's just going to be a breaking point. Either way, we're going to try and move forward here. I know all day throughout this live, people are going to continuously come in and talk about the Charlie Kirk situation. That's why I wanted to get it out of the way. I'm going to try and just leave that shit alone in the chat. So it's up to you guys. You guys were all here for it. So when people come in and they want information about the Charlie Kirk shit, I'm going to try and leave it to you guys to tell them what we've already covered. I don't want to spend the next 2 hours saying the same shit over and over again. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear it, so I'm just telling you so you understand what's happening. We're going to move forward here. This next one is Hyena Harris speaks out on Joe Biden's reckless re-election decision. She just released her book that ain't nobody going to read. But apparently in the book, she's talking shit about Biden and Democrats to a certain degree. I think she's just trying to get brownie points, but it ain't going to work. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Top stories breaking today. We start with Kamala Harris, writing that it was recklessness for President Biden alone to make a decision to run for re-election in her new memoir. Chief Washington correspondent John Carl has the latest. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. This is a remarkable turnaround for Kamala Harris, really a mea culpa. She is saying that Democrats made a big mistake by allowing Joe Biden to make the decision himself about running for president again. Here's what she writes. This is in an excerpt out this morning in The Atlantic. It's Joe and Jill's decision. We all said that like a mantra, as if we'd been hypnotized. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to an individual's ego and individual's ambition. What is remarkable, George, about this is that Kamala Harris never suggested, either publicly or privately, that Biden shouldn't run again or that he should drop out of the race. She never did that before he dropped out. Also, for the first time in this excerpt, Harris expresses deep resentment towards the Biden White House. She says the president's advisors fed negative stories about her in the press, that they refused to defend her against attacks from Republicans, and that they never really gave her a chance to succeed as vice president. On one point, though, she actually defends Biden. She dismisses those who say that he was incapable of serving as president. She says that at 81, Biden got tired, but that on his worst day, he was better than Donald Trump on his best day. Robin?
All right. Our thanks to you, John. A lot of people are going to be talking about that. We appreciate it. Now,
Well, like I said, talking shit about Democrats and Joe Biden, trying to bring it back, saying, oh, well, you know, he was still better than Trump on his best day, blah, 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 but too late. Out there talking shit, and it's making its rounds. I think it's funny that she put out a whole book, and that's the only contents of it that we've actually heard. I think that's nice and humorous. Either way, I'm trying to see if there's any way for us to get new details about whether or not they caught the shooter. Yeah, if they figured out who the shooter is, because it wasn't the first guy that now everybody thinks that guy's the guy. So far, I'm not really seeing anything, though. It's really hard to do this stuff while live, so either way. Next up, video of U.S. Hellfire missile bouncing off of UFO leaked by whistleblower. Like I had mentioned earlier, we actually saw this while we were on Handy News yesterday, which that was a lot of fun. So I figure we might as well cover it and do the thing. Just checking on things really quick. I can't believe that one video. I had that live pulled up that was trying to provide details about Charlie Kirk, and then you guys can't see it. For whatever reason, it's got something in the software making it so you guys aren't able to see it. Either way, like I said, hopping in the chat. Yeah, check on something else really quick. There we go. That should be better. Anyways. Sir, I got the news on. If they say anything, I'll let you know. Yeah, thanks, Zero. Yeah, we're trying to figure out whether or not they got the actual shooter instead of the guy that everybody is focused on right now. Simply Witchy, do you think she really wrote it? No, probably not. She probably had AI write it. Snooks, I haven't seen a graphic video in your Discord general chat of Charlie Kirk being shot. I don't know why you're saying that, Snooks, but it's good. I don't want Discord to get fucked. Russell, I'm so tired of hearing from Harris. Go away already. Well, just wait till it's 2028. I think we're going to see her again. I don't think she's going to make a comeback, but I think, well, of sorts. Comeback of sorts, but nah, she ain't winning anything. Jay Spray, it's a coloring book. Matt Rogers with blank pages. You hooligans are cracking me up. Simply Witchy, another reason people should subscribe to the website. I agree. I wish people realized how much cool shit we have on the website, because $10 ain't that much. It really ain't. Just to use the AI we have on the website would cost you $20 a month to have access to. And you could have access to it and more for $10. I don't know. I'm just not good at bringing people over. Kevin, that's the same way they try to get Trump with a headshot. Yeah, there's a couple hooligans that have noticed that. What's up, Liberty? Happy freedom to you. I know. Noad, my wife is devastated. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. If I didn't cover so much fucking bad shit over the last 5 years, I'd be all bent out of shape too and not even be able to do the live. But I have a responsibility, and we've covered so much really harsh stuff that's really hard to watch that I don't know. I'm sad inside. You probably can't see it, but I'm sad inside. But man, today's a sad day. I know that. For the Texan left has shitty shooters. Yeah, because they're all just a bunch of fucking sissies that get a hold of guns illegitimately, right? Illegally possessing firearms one way or another. Therefore, they don't go to the range. They don't feel confident taking it out of the house. So they just end up being an ignorant child with wielding lightning. That's what it ends up being. That's why I was saying, like, they're waiting for good people to fight back against the bad people, because the good people are the ones that are actually good shooters. So when that happens, that's when the government's gonna be like, okay, all right, we got to knock it off now. You guys starting to fight back. That's what they want. What's up, Dabs? Happy freedom. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jack? Happy freedom. Jack, Nepal has them shitting in their seats. What are you talking about? What's going on in Nepal? No ad, they need to do away with the Dem party. Yeah, I think everybody's thinking that right now. Corley, oh, there's internet censorship happening in Nepal? Interesting, I will have to look into that. Thank you for letting me know, Corley. Oh, I understand, Screaming Eagle. What's up, Amarain? Happy freedom to you. They still don't have the shooter, right? I don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out, but we haven't really been able to figure it out. They had a guy detained that they thought was the shooter, but apparently they let him go. And so we're waiting to see. Snooks put something in the chat that was saying that they think they know the building that the shots came from, and they're swarming the building to try and see if they can find the shooter. But as of right now, I haven't heard that they actually have a shooter that's not the old white guy. Captain Seamus, Nepal had a coup overnight. Yeah, I'm going to look into it after the live. Happy freedom to you, Captain Seamus. Hair Juicer, you should word it as 30 cents a day. Is that... Thank you, Hair Juicer. Yeah, for 30 cents a day, you can help these starving hooligans. That's what it sounds like. It's worth it. It's worth the 30 cents a day, I swear. Do a Hillix? Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like where I live. Everybody's built to hunt. And they can hunt all kinds of ways. I mean, I know somebody who just goes into the woods with a knife and just comes back with deer and shit. Like, he's just built like that. Yup. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Conan? Happy freedom. Shooter is not yet in custody. They did say that they have video of him leaving the campus. Interesting. Well, at least they got video of him. Because the last little video clip that I heard where they were talking about the shooter, they were saying, they were acting like they didn't know shit about nothing and that it was going to be an unsolvable thing. It was like, nah. You know, see how many people were there? Somebody saw it. There's cameras on fucking everything nowadays. Somebody saw who the shooter was. Jack, they're running a distraction hard. Yeah, they are. Amarain, okay, so maybe like a sniper type from a high building. This is just all awful. Yeah, yep, and that's what it sounds like. Appeal doesn't sound like a 308. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sound like a rifle. I couldn't believe it. It's still in my head. I'm just seeing like the clip playing over and over again in my head. Thank you so much, Ramsey, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much for the support. It says, I was supposed to make a joke about Jeff's transmission, but all I can say is pray for Kirk's family and friends. His wife will be raising 2 young children without her husband. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ramsey. I really appreciate you. Screaming, well, it wasn't a pistol. Yeah. Well, and are they going to turn around and the Dems turn around and turn this into an anti-gun commercial? Because I'm really worried about that. I've been thinking about that ever since I've seen the video. Are they going to be like, oh, well, even the conservatives can't handle firearms safely, blah, 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 blah. You know, we need to ban firearms and all this shit. Because I really don't want to see that. What's up, Eric? Happy freedom. I'm pretty pissed off by this. Yeah, Eric, everybody here is pissed off about it. Eric, they already started the anti-gun BS. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Free the Texan. Yeah, he was only 31. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom to you. Well, thank you, Butterfly. Yeah, I feel a little bit better. I don't know if the medicine's working or not. Maybe placebo effect. But hopefully it clears everything up. Zero, Charlie was friends with Cash and Bongino. This will get solved. I hope so. Because if they don't solve it, then I don't have a whole lot of hope left for the guys in Capitol Hill. Free the attacks and Dems never let a tragedy go to waste. It's true. Rumblebot, Charlie's got the guts to stand up against liberal nonsense. That's crazy. That's crazy. That was a good idea, Stoner. Liberty, antibiotics, that stuff does work quick. Yeah, I'm on antibiotics right now. What's up, Kristen? Happy Freedom. What's up, Just Me? What's up, Matt? What's up, Slampire? What's up, Visions? Happy Freedom. What's up, Mary Beth? Happy Freedom to you. It was in a no-gun zone. Yeah, exactly. Right. I didn't even think about that. It wasn't a gun-free zone. So how does these gun laws work? They don't. Bombay man, lefties protecting lefties. Yep. Every chance they get. Amy, thank goodness there's footage. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting next couple days. I know that. What's up, Wayne? Happy Freedom. Chris, I'm so tired of this. Yeah. Everybody's tired of it for sure. What's up, Moose Man? Happy Freedom. They do not have the shooter yet. Yeah. They better find that guy. What's up, Mr. Lynn? If I can get you already. Happy Freedom. Mr. Dude, they made Kirk a martyr. I saw someone say that Charlie Kirk was our Martin Luther King. I watched somebody say that right before I started the live. I don't know if it was quite like that, but he was somebody important. I know that. And they fucked up by shooting him. I don't know what the blowback's going to be, but a lot of people are typing, I am Charlie Kirk. Because it could have been any conservative. It could have been anybody who stands against shapeshifters. You know, these Democrats hurting kids, any of this stuff that the lefties love. Like, anybody speaks out against that stuff, like me and like all of you, that could happen to any of us, you know, and it really could. And the world's getting more dangerous every day, it feels like. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, video of U.S. Hellfire missile bouncing off of a UFO leaked by whistleblower. I know this is kind of a weird contrast compared to everything else we're talking about. But like I said yesterday when we were on Handy News, big shout out to Handy News. We were over there hanging out for a couple hours. And he played this video and I thought it was interesting. And I found my own video of it with a little bit more context. And I figured we'd go ahead and cover it. Now before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chat on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. We're going to get this UFO video pulled up. Now this was already on the schedule before the stuff with Charlie Kirk happened. That's the thing, is I had almost a whole schedule together and then that happened. So everything else is going to seem like bullshit in comparison. But we got to cover it. We got to cover it. So either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get into this.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed-out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
When a Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid, there's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. what seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected, or in some case, perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes. Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information that's not in that video, like what mission they were on, and as they said, what are we even looking at here? We do know that the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes against Houthi targets at the time. Pentagon officials tell CBS News, no comment. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, Washington.
Okay, so giving us a little UFO stuff. I think that was originally supposed to be the distraction, but crazy stuff happening today. They're talking about this UFO being hit with a Hellfire missile, but the missile bounced off of it. They don't know anything about that because that's never happened before. And the flying object seems to split into pieces. Like I said, we were kind of talking about it yesterday on Handy News. I highly doubt we'll get any more follow-up on that, but it's just a pretty interesting video there. Handy News was saying he doesn't think it's aliens. He thinks it's government tech and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. Either way, next up, we got You're Not Welcome Here. Trump confronted by protesters during dinner in D.C. I believe this happened last night. They're lucky that President Trump's not a dictator, because I think he'd have tuned him up. You know, if he was the guy that they say he is, they call him our Hitler, like our times Hitler and all this shit. If he was, these protesters, they'd have been dusted in front of everybody. But of course, that's not what happened, because President Trump is the best president of our lifetime. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this UFO versus Hellfire missile. What's up, Livid Review? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, I know everybody is pissed right now. Damn, that's crazy, Hair Juicer. I've seen a couple videos like this. I had a hooligan send me a video from over near Oregon, and it looked a lot like that, Hair Juicer. 10-man, what the fuck's wrong with these stupid fucks? They're a bunch of crazy people on hormones, and they're being brainwashed by blue news and all this other stuff. They're radicalized by their politicians. Happy freedom to you, 10-man. Russell, that's some serious tech. Yeah. Matt Rogers, hoping this will finally pull my wife's head out of the sand. Yeah. Waking normies up. Zero, you did great on Handy News last night. Answered awkward questions like a pro. Well, thanks, Zero. I tried. I was a little anxious. I didn't know how I was gonna do. Guessum, I'm glad you're better, but in case you die, I still want Klaus. I know, Guessum. I know. 10-man, son of a bitch stole my motorcycle and now Charlie Kirk's dead. I know, 10-man. It's when it rains, it pours. It's a bunch of bullshit. Did they ever find what happened? Well, I guess you know what happened, but did they ever find your motorcycle, 10-man? Russell, I saw a UFO in high school. Me and WMM see them a lot. And I'm not like the way I just made it sound, but we're always going for walks and stuff, and a lot of times it's nighttime. So you just see like a light just moving weird. Moving fast and moving weird in directions that maneuvering like a plane can't. Like, it's not Boeing, it's doing like 90-degree turns and stuff. So we've seen stuff like that, but you never know what it is. Guess some Handy News was cool? I think so. It was a lot of fun being on there last night. That's what she said. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to hear that, 10-man. What's up, Hi-To? Happy freedom to you. Hi-To, celebratory fire doesn't happen in a crowd except in the Middle East. Yeah, the Blue News out there talking that shit. Oh, it was probably a Trump supporter celebrating in the crowd. Yeah, he just brought a gun to a school campus to fire off in celebration because Charlie Kirk came to town. Like, that doesn't even make sense. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom. Appeal to having UFOs. Force field, duh. Yep, it was the force field. Picture dad, but we're the extreme MAGA radicals. Yeah. All because one day. Because one day there was some protesting going on at the Capitol, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. So now forever, just a bunch of right-wing radicals. Dual Helix, why is all the UFO videos at 3060p? It's a good question. They all get recorded in Obama phones. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Electric Hammer? Happy freedom to you. Pray for the good to triumph over evil. Absolutely. Corley. I did a show at a college a couple weeks ago, and the whole bloody place is full of rainbow flags painted everywhere at the college in Washington State. Oh yeah, I'm sure there are a bunch of lefties out there. Eric, is there live coverage of the campus right now? There's supposedly praying protests going on. Could get interesting. I can take a gander, but I don't know. When I just looked at it, there wasn't a whole lot of anything going on. I don't know. All these lives are just showing like cop cars sitting around and stuff. It's a bunch of this. It's just a bunch of this. I've been trying to look for feeds that have like a ticker rolling across the bottom so we can see if we can find random information. And it's a lot of this stuff is being buried because of so much information coming out right now, people recycling it and all of that. I'm still not. White supremacist Charlie Kirk shot at Utah Valley University. These people are fucking crazy. Why would they say that? That's so crazy. I'll take another look in a second. I don't want to read a whole bunch of stupid shit like that. Here, Juicer, the last one we saw looked like a star over the neighbor's house for a week, and it suddenly flew away while we were out for a smoke. Yeah, here, Juicer. That stuff is crazy. Kev Seamus, UFO footage is like Bigfoot footage, recorded in potato mode. Yeah, exactly. Sam, sound like a suppressed subsonic rifle round. You can literally hear it hit Charlie Kirk in the throat. Horrific video. Yeah, it is. Hey, thanks for being here, Screaming Eagle. Haito. Charged language in the article. Thought they hated victim blaming. Yeah. Now when it's a conservative, they think it's a good thing. That's what they say about lefties. If they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. So Shaquille, happy freedom. The radical left actually has gone out of control. I swear the states are heading into civil war. That's what a lot of people say, but I don't even think a civil war could actually happen. I think if civil war type stuff started happening, I think we would immediately go into martial law. What's up, Claude? Happy freedom. Damon Walker, no one complained when all the Palestinian protesters invaded the Capitol and disrupted the Senate and the House. Double justice answered me that. Yeah, Damon Walker, absolutely. They love their lefties. What's up, Blonde Beard? Happy Freedom. What's up, Skulls? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Hunter's Laptop? Happy Freedom. The Hellfires have impact fuses and electronic triggers. Could have missed a hit and didn't register impact, or the drone fried the electronic trigger. Yeah. Techno glitch. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know enough about aircrafts to know what a F-47 is. I'm not really sure. Anakim's alien tech. That's what they're trying to say. What's up, Tony? Happy Freedom. Yes, Civil War right versus left could last almost 20 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes tops. They're just going to be throwing shit and dildos at everybody else. You know, that's how it would go. But like I said, I don't even think that would happen. I think as soon as anything that even kind of sort of looked like Civil War would break out, the government would be right here to control us. They're waiting for it. They want it. They want it to happen. They've been waiting for it to happen. They've been watching everybody talk that shit since the lockdown, since the stolen election, since everything that's happened, Ashley Babbitt and everything else. And they've been just waiting. They've been just waiting for people to actually cross that line. But if they do, it'll last moments before martial law is enacted, and they will come control us. And nobody wants that shit. Everybody thinks they want it while they're mad, but you wouldn't want to be sick and have to be okay during martial law. You know, you wouldn't want to have to deal with that shit. Nobody wants that kind of shit. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, but either way, moving forward here, speaking of these shitty ass lefties, this is titled, "You're Not Welcome Here." Trump confronted by protesters during dinner in DC. And like I said, this is a pretty good example of how President Trump is not a dictator. Because if he was, and you came up in his face during dinner like this, you'd be getting tuned up in front of God and everybody. But that's not what happened, because he's not a dictator. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Trump, you are not welcome here! Yes, he is!
Prostitute.
Trump is the Hitler of our time! We love you, President! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! He's terrorizing communities all over the world! From Puerto Rico to the Philippines! Free Palestine! To Venezuela! He is terrorizing communities! He is not welcome to D.C. He's not welcome to Palestine! Palestine is not for sale! Free D.C. Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Shame on you all! Free D.C. Shame on you all! He's not the Hitler of our time! Free D.C. Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Stop the genocide! Stop the genocide! No! American people want money. Stop the genocide! Stop slaughtering people in Palestine! No more weapons to Israel!
No more weapons to Israel. Stop bombing children.
Everyone take a step back for me, please. Keep going behind the line.
We are not afraid of Trump. He is afraid of us. We are the people. We have the power.
We hope that he sees our faces in his mind for a long time, because he looked us all in the eyes as we were standing there. We will continue to fight for DC. We will continue to fight for Palestine every single day.
He knows that crime is at an all-time low in DC. He knows there is no purpose for the National Guard, for ICE, for any of these law enforcement officials to be out in DC terrorizing our communities.
Okay, so lefties being lefties, out there acting like assholes, as they do. Now, I bet if that shit was to happen tonight, they probably would get tuned up. After what just happened to Charlie Kirk, I don't think they're going to let radicals like that get that close to President Trump. Because whoever got Charlie Kirk wasn't even standing in front of him. And, you know, that person was just across the table. If that person wanted to do something bad, yeah, Secret Service was there. But at the same time, we just covered the train stabbing over the last 2 days, and we saw how fast that happened. That shit can happen just like that. And no matter how many big buff dudes you got around you, ain't nobody gonna be able to move that damn quick. So I don't know. I think that they're gonna be upping security. Last night that might have been fun and games, but after what happened today, I don't think they're gonna be playing around much anymore. Either way, next up we got our midlife break, and I know it's gonna be hard to laugh today, but what was I supposed to do, right? We cover Charlie Kirk and call it a day? No, we gotta keep doing it. We gotta keep doing the whole thing here. Gotta make it through the hard days. So we're gonna try and laugh for this next one. Like I said, it was provided by 10 Man, and it's titled Bambi Al Qaeda Isn't Welcome Here. I thought that'd be a fitting title after the liberals just crying about President Trump. Now, before we get into this, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about these radical lefties disturbing Trump's dinner last night. Kept Seamus, let's call these whores out for not wearing hijabs and burqas. Yeah. Well, and some of them do, but then conservatives troll them for being culture vultures and things like that, saying, oh, I can't remember all the damn titles and stuff, you know, stealing culture and whatnot. Yeah, 10 Man, the show must go on. Besides, I think we need something to distract us from the Charlie Kirk shit. Everybody's pissed off about it. J Spray, if Trump is Hitler, what's that make BB? It's hard to say. I bet there's gonna be a lot of responses to that in the chat, though. It's through my damn chapstick. I be doing that sometimes. Simply Witchy, yeah, he sees their faces. They're now on a watch list. Yeah, absolutely. They just made themselves on a list. They thought they were really doing something. They're gonna find out. Mayor Rogers, isn't disturbing government proceedings an insurrection? I don't know if that was actually a business dinner or if that was a dinner after business. I don't know enough details about it, but yeah, you're right. Simply Witchy, why are they all whiny voiced and high pitched? Yeah, I don't know. Whining about President Trump. Kev Seamus, what a dumb whore. Send them to Palestine. Yeah, I mean, if they love Palestine so much, they should, you know? Send them right to Palestine. Zero, I know Charlie is gone, but he inspired thousands, and they will step up instead of just one voice. It's going to be thousands. Yeah. I mean, he was a huge part of the election process and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, he affected a lot of people. Rappy, that's what I'm saying. How the heck did they get that close to President Trump? Well, I think that he was probably demonstrating that he's not a dictator. That they're protesting peacefully. They're using free speech. They weren't hurting anybody or hurting anything. And I think he wanted to give them a moment for the cameras to be able to witness that and then usher them out of the building versus, you know, just having them looking like they're getting bounced out of a club. So otherwise, yeah, I don't know. It seems like it was foolish to let obvious radicals that close to the president, but I think that there was some strategy there, in my opinion. Haito, you don't have the power over your own emotions, bitch. Yeah, exactly. Shane, not much makes me feel sick. Trump getting shot and Charlie getting shot both fucked me up. Yeah, Shane, I know, I feel the same way. Happy freedom to you. Yeah, appropriation. Thank you, Dual Helix. Yeah, calling out the lefties for wearing headgear and shit for cultural appropriation. Rappy, I'm just gonna say it. These crazy people need to shut the F up. Yep. Yes, they do. Crying about other countries like we ain't got our own problems. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom. Lone Wolf can't win a logical argument, so therefore they kill. Yeah, these people are sick. Absolutely. What's up, Boost of Flame? Happy Freedom. Corley, but people yell across the street or a bunch of shapeshifters. Yeah, they're real tough across the street, screeching. They're ringing loudly in that video. Corley, they're not really dumb, they're just brainwashed. Yep. Lone Wolf, yeah, you just heard. Yeah. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy Freedom. Scott, he's afraid of us. I know, the lefties are so brain dead. President Trump's afraid of us. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He's fucking terrified, shaking in his $10,000 shoes. I'm sure he's really worried about your 80-pound drugged out ass screeching across the street. I'm sure that matters a lot. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy Freedom. What's up, Dutton? Happy Freedom to you. Yeah, very sad news today. What's up, CJ? Happy Freedom. What's up, Lisa? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Brun Powell? Happy Freedom. Lisa, somehow I unfollowed you. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing you anymore. Yeah, it's probably just censorship. They do the same thing on YouTube. They take 128 people away from me every 28 days on YouTube. It's 128 exactly. For more than 2 years now. What's up, Scummy? Happy Freedom. Lisa, that's messed up. I've had a few streamers disappear lately. I better check. Yeah, that's what they do. They unsubscribe everybody. Moose, man. They get lefties to do these shootings to pass more gun control. It's a Democrat scam. Yeah, well, and then that's what Alex Jones was talking about, and then they sued him. They sued the piss out of him. What's up, EFO? Happy Freedom. What's up, Lee? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Chris? Happy Freedom. Chris, to honor Charlie Kirk and his legacy, Donald Trump should release Epstein files. It's what he would have wanted. I don't know how Charlie Kirk has anything to do with the Epstein stuff. What's up, Robert? Happy Freedom. Slampire, that lady looked like Sid the Sloth. She did, and she was like having a hard time chanting. She was just like, "Free Palestine today." She was a little sleepy. She's sleepy protesting. She must be related to Sleepy Joe. What's up, Buckeye? Happy Freedom to you. Snooks, according to Sky News Australia, shooter not found yet. Holy. The review can't unsubscribe me here unless Jeff Mack does it himself. Yep, you guys over here in the House of Hooligans, you're safe from the censorship. Alright, Hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. It's provided by 10 Man. But first, we got to read an ad because we still got to do the stuff for the premium creator program. So we're going to do this really quick like. QR code. There we go. All right. You've probably noticed Rumble is growing fast and not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. All right, we did the thing. Now, like I said, we're going to get into our midlife break here. It's our funny video halfway through. It was provided by 10 Man. Let me get this pulled up. Damn shorts. Here we go. This is titled, Bambi Al-Qaeda Isn't Welcome Here. Very nice. Yes, they need to make the mobile version of that, you know, so when you're driving around, they ain't jumping out in front of the Subaru and shit. Next up in the news, President Trump demands death penalty for Charlotte train stabbing suspect. This is kind of a doubly. The video is going to talk a little bit about it, and then they don't actually show the post itself, which is really stupid. So I went and found the post. So we're going to watch the video, then we're going to check out the post. Let me grab it really quick. That's what she said. Come on. Do the thing. Take longer to load, YouTube. I like it. Especially on hard days like today. Load me harder, YouTube. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
President Trump is calling for the death penalty in the stabbing death of a Ukrainian woman on a Charlotte commuter train. The Justice Department has announced federal charges against DeClaros Brown Jr. He's accused of last month's murder of Irina Sharuchka in an unprovoked attack inside a light rail car. North Carolina has also charged Brown with first-degree murder. ABC Justice Department reporter Alex Mallon is here with more on that. So, Alex, what's the latest in this case?
Well, we know that this federal complaint was unsealed yesterday, charging DeCarlos Brown. And in that document, they detail what we saw on that horrific video, how after Irina entered the train, she sat down for about 4 minutes, and then DeCarlos Brown allegedly got up and stabbed her in the neck 4 times. You can see in that horrific video of him walking away, blood dripping down from his hands onto the ground. Obviously, the Justice Department getting involved here after he was charged at the state level. This really kind of shows how the Justice Department believes that this needs to be elevated to the national consciousness. We've heard over and over again, President Trump, the White House yesterday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, really elevate this case. They are trying to make this as an example of democratic governance in big cities and lax crime policies, in their words. And that's, I think, what we're going to see. They're going to have to return an indictment now against DeCarlos Brown. So that's really the next step that we're going to see in his federal case, Diane.
So what does it mean for him now to be facing both state charges and federal charges?
Well, this federal charge is actually very interesting. It was created under the Patriot Act in the wake of 9/11. It's very unusual for the Justice Department to bring this, but obviously it is death penalty eligible. So if he is convicted of this charge, Attorney General Pamela Bondi has said that she urged federal prosecutors in his case to seek the maximum penalty if he is convicted. So we'll see these cases play out. Usually federal cases play out in a more slow fashion than state cases. So you'll likely see the state case go first to trial, and then if he does not plead out in this case, that will happen similar to his federal trial.
All right, Alex Mallon for us. We appreciate it as always, Alex. Thank you.
Okay, so like I said, giving us some details on the updated situation, but they don't actually show you the post that they're referencing, which is fucking stupid. God forbid you show a little True Social just for some credibility there. They don't have any credibility. They don't have integrity at all. Either way, they were saying that DeCarlos Brown, which is the stabber's name, He's been charged with federal crime of committing an act causing death on a mass transportation system, and also a state charge of first-degree murder. In the federal case, he is now facing the death penalty. Now, I actually had to go Google that stuff because they didn't explicitly say it. Holy, what is happening here? Hold on a second. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Sly Dog. Thank you so much for gifting a sub over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Sly Dog. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Snooks, for that $100 donation over on Rumble. You're badass, Snooks. Thank you so much for all the support. And thank you for everything you do for us, Snooks. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, hooligans, getting back into the post here. Like I was saying, President Trump's post was mentioned in the last video there. It says, the animal who so violently killed the beautiful young lady from Ukraine who came to America searching for peace and safety should be given a quick, there is no doubt, trial and only awarded the death penalty. There can be no other option. President Donald J. Trump. So he's saying, send this guy straight to hell. You know, and I think he deserves it. We've all seen the video multiple times. That video as well is uncensored over at jeffmaclive.com if you would like to see the harshness of the video. Not that you want to see how harsh it was, but to see the video with your own eyeballs. That is also over on jeffmaclive.com. You have to have a paid membership in order to see it. But it's the only place where I can post stuff like that without having to worry about being suspended or whatever the fuck. Penalties for sharing the news. Next up, 13-year-old arrested, 23 guns seized after alleged school shooting threat. Now, a part of me feels like this is some psyop shit. How did a 13-year-old get 23 guns, including like 13 ARs? Like, this shit doesn't make sense to me. So maybe you hooligans can brainstorm with me on this video and try and figure out what exactly this video is about. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about new federal charges going against the guy who stabbed that poor woman on the train in Charlotte, as well as President Trump's post saying he deserves the death penalty flat out. Guess they both can't charge him. It would be double jeopardy. Well, he's being charged with two different things. He's being charged first-degree murder, but then he's also being charged with a separate crime because he murdered her on transportation. If he did it on the sidewalk and there was no regulation on the sidewalk as far as crimes happening on a sidewalk, then it would be double jeopardy because you're trying them two different ways for the same crime. For this is two charges. It's not the same charge twice. Like capital murder, like they couldn't get him for capital murder and first degree murder because it is just one crime. They're saying that the murder is one crime and the fact that he did it on the transit is a separate crime. And in my opinion, I'm not obviously an attorney and I'm not giving legal advice here, but in my opinion, I think that's how they're working it. And so they could actually get him on both because they're pointing out two separate descriptions of crimes, two different charges out of his actions that happened that day. Here, Juicer, the judge and her wife are both directors in mental health rehab and halfway houses in Michigan and North Carolina. I need to look into it because I can't remember if you told me the other day. Someone else said it the other day. It was either you or someone else. But I need to actually look into it because I keep hearing that. Zero, Judge Neapolitan Ice Cream said the Fed charges are a mistake. Leave it to the state. Federal charges take priority. See, I'd have to see it. I don't know. He makes a lot of sense when he talks. I'd have to see the video and stuff. I mean, obviously, I'm not an attorney, but I am interested in that thought process. Russell, they need to bring back public execution. Yeah. Because if people were, saw the consequences of poor actions, people would be less likely to make those choices. 10 man, that cat said, "Get off my lawn." He did. The cat wasn't playing around. Russell Cat's taking out Bambi. I know. I think Klaus would be scared if Bambi was trying to enter the house. Guess so when I take him out, I need to be on the sidewalk, not on the train. Well, like I said, I can't give you legal advice, but there is things to watch out for when making choices in life. I will say that. Dabs, Crowder needs to be careful. He does what Charlie does, but he's louder. Yeah, going to college campuses and debating radicals. Yeah. Stoner, this is why Salty doesn't leave his house no more. That's how I feel. I mean, I don't go out there on campuses and shit like that, but when I leave the house, I'm always waiting to be shot in the throat. I'm not fucking around. Not at all. I got guns that are based on the season, just because something is easier to carry based on what I'm wearing. But I do not walk through that fucking door without a gun attached to me, because there's no way I'm going to die unarmed. There's just no way. And the biggest threat against my life is the way that people in Michigan drive, and shitheads like who went after Charlie Kirk. Like, it's been a while since we've covered Antifa, but those individuals still, every once in a while, take an opportunity to reach out to me to let me know how dead they wish I was. Eric, it makes it so they can give them the death penalty. Yeah, that's why they brought those federal charges. Dabs, we had a shape-shifting adult attack kids at a skate park in Newburgh. Kids were middle school age. Interesting. I will look into that. It's fucking shapeshifters. Scott, I have too many freedom shirts. Was going to wear my Trump fight for today. Can't find it, so I thought I'd steal Crispy's. Can't find hers either. What is going on, Scotty? People stealing your shirts? Colty. It's not really so much as the guns that are the problem. It's the fact that the people are being brainwashed by these evil individuals. Yep, you're right. No, guns are not the problem. It's radicals. Radicals are the problem. Hi, Deborah. Happy freedom to you. Yeah, today is a hard day. That is for sure. So Crispy, happy freedom. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. Mac Recluse. I'm doing okay. I'm sitting here taking my, my whatever, antibiotics here. It doesn't look any better. The bite doesn't look any better, but it's only day 2. We'll see how it goes. Hey, thanks for being here, Burn Pile. Shaquille, over on jeffmaclive.com. If you have a paid membership, you can see the stabbing video uncensored. Kelt, bro, it's sad to hear what happened to Charlie Kirk. Yes, it is. I can't get the image of him being shot out of my head. It's just playing over and over again in my head. It's like hard to think. DP, I believe the Ukrainian girl was a hit. They killed multiple birds with that stone. I mean, it could be. Slampire bit by what? I think I was bit by a brown recluse. Dan Walker, I remember the Wesco incident the one day and you didn't have your gun and you almost got smashed by the maniac in a truck. Yeah. And it's crazy because that's when it happens. There was another incident, I mean, it was probably more than a year ago at this point, where I was at a gas station and I was coming out of a gas station. This guy was putting gas in his truck and then wanted to have an engagement with me and was being very strange. He was just acting very strange. He was like a drug addict. It was, I don't know how to explain it. He was looking like Kodak Black. He was just moving weird, talking weird. He was screaming at me about random stuff. And then he got in his truck and was screaming at me and stuff. And then eventually he did a burnout or run around the gas pump he was at and then was driving straight at me like he was going to hit my car. Like this gas pump, me, and then the car. And he was trying to like crush the car into me, crush me between the car and the gas pump, and sped up towards me and then slammed on his brakes and slid towards my vehicle and then averted last moment and peeled out and left the parking lot without even stopping or anything. Just pulled out onto the highway. Almost got hit by a truck. First time in fucking months I'd left without a gun, and then that shit happened. It's like, people are fucking crazy. Now, thankfully, I don't live on the left coast, so I don't have to deal with that shit a whole lot. A lot of people here don't even realize, what I do for a living and stuff. So I'm thankful for that. But it's the ones who do know, like who do recognize me, that make me very cautious. Anyways, let me see here. Skim through really quick. We got this 13-year-old making threats and in possession of guns coming up next. So I have the Gold Eagle Happy Freedom shirt on today. Yeah, I thought about wearing the Hooligan 2A shirt today, and I was like, nah, I don't really need to stoke the flames here. Guess something happened to me at a glory hole once. I feel you. It's a hard life, guess Thank you for letting me know, Simply Witchy. Let me check it really quick. Weird, I don't have any posts from you, Simply Witchy. On X or in Hooligans Alley? Weird. Yeah, I don't see a post from you. Maybe it's just late notifying me. Heard you should try and Reaper salt on my PB&J. We're gonna have to pray for your butthole. Roy, I'm pissed and I can't get interested. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Butterfly, demon possessed people are very real. Yeah. Oh, I know. Appeal to heaven. I prayed after I saw the video of Charlie Kirk praying he would survive, but after seeing it, I knew, so I prayed for his family. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I felt too. I saw everybody talking about it, and then I saw the actual video of him being shot, and I was like, oh no. Like there's no way he survived that. I've seen so many videos of death that I knew once I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Everybody's like, pray for him. I'm like, he's not even with us anymore. Like, what are you talking about? And then about 40 minutes later, they said it. Colty, same. Can't stop seeing it in my mind. Yeah. Stoner. I got a Trump shirt on, too. It has Trump dressed like a cowboy, and it says, Tariff Sheriff. That's badass, Stoner. Hell yeah. Side dog, where's Cody? I don't know. I haven't seen Cody in a while. Him and Bobby, they're missing. Dutton Spider-Mac? Yeah, did you guys see the Handy News thing? We'll show it really quick, and then we'll move forward in this next little bit of the news. Handy News made like an AI thing of me once he heard that I had got bit by a spider. If I could find it really quick. Yeah, it's this right here. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's audio or not. It's like an extra funny video there. Yeah, Handy News made that. He said he was sitting on it all day waiting for me to show up on his live so he could play it. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Let me pull it up real quick. They may have got the shooter. Hoother's finding all kinds of information. Oh, let me see it. Simply Witchy. No way. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys here in a second. I don't know. This. That person, I don't know. It doesn't really look like a person to me. We'll see. Okay, in this video, it says, watch as newly footage shows what appears to be an unknown individual on the roof of the Low C Center at Utah Valley University moments before Charlie Kirk was shot. The shooter is still at large. This was posted 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying. He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying, just getting right up.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Snooks. Oh yeah, in the AI video. I know, I saw that. Hair juicer, it's hot, but it's good. I bet it's good. Well, either way, like I said, we're gonna get into this next video here. Butterfly, the AI gave you a septum ring. No, I had a septum ring. I just don't have it in anymore because the lefties made it uncool. Let me just scare everybody real quick. Apparently not everybody has seen me in my full evolution. Now most hooligans, when they found me, I looked like this. This is how I looked when I first started live streaming. But I got too thin up front. I had to cut my dreads off. And then everybody kept bitching about my nose ring. And so I removed it so we could talk about something other than my nose ring. And so yeah, that's what I used to look like. Not anymore though. This lefties ruin everything. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, 13-year-old arrested, 23 guns seized after alleged school shooting threat. Now, like I said before, I think this is some psyop or something weird because there's just some things that don't really make sense and they don't have answers. We'll see if we get a follow-up, but either way, this is titled, once again, 13-year-old arrested, 23 guns seized after alleged school shooting threat. Hit that like button over on Rumble, as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
To Washington now, where police say they seized 23 guns from the home of a 13-year-old who appeared to be fixated on school shooters. Police arrested the teen after finding some disturbing social media posts. Yesterday, he pleaded not guilty to charges of unlawful firearms possession and making a threat. Let's go to CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez covering the story for us. Andres, what did deputies find and why did they act so quickly?
Well, Elizabeth, a possible tragedy was averted all because someone saw something and said something. Let's take you back to Friday. That's when Pierce County Sheriff deputies received a tip that a 13-year-old was online making threats that he had guns. About 12 hours later at 1 a.m. Saturday, SWAT members showed up to the kid's house in Parkland, Washington. Inside, deputies found 23 weapons. You could see them right there on your screen. 8 handguns, 2 shotguns, and the rest of them semi-automatic rifles. Some of them were in a safe, but many, according to authorities, were out in the open, mounted on walls or left around the house. As you can imagine, there were also several boxes of ammo. And here is the disturbing bit. They also found loaded magazines inscribed with references to the Columbine massacre on them. This was allegedly found inside the teen's go bag. Investigators say the teen had also posted photos of himself holding guns online and posted on Telegram, quote, "When I turn 21, I'm going to kill people." He was also fixated on attacks like the 2017 Charleston church shooting and the 2022 school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Deputies believed it was only a matter of time unless they intervened.
Yeah.
Enough writings from that suspect that would conclude essentially some harm was going to be coming to individuals.
And now, while this boy did reference school shootings online, investigators say he did not have plans to attack a specific school. Get this, he actually himself has not been inside a school building since 2021, since he was 9 years old. He's been homeschooled since then. Right now, he is sitting inside a juvenile detention center there in Washington State after, as you said, he made his first court appearance yesterday afternoon. He will be back in front of a judge for a detention review, is what they call it, later this month.
Andres, just listening to the details of this case and looking at just the arsenal that this 13-year-old kid had, you got to wonder, how did he purchase those weapons? I mean, what about the parents and safe storage? Could they also be charged in this?
Well, right now they're looking into this, Elizabeth. It's all under review. I did talk to the sheriff deputy that you heard from moments ago. I talked to her this afternoon, and she ended up telling me that social media posts from the teen would suggest that he did have access to the gun safes, and he posted images of the safe open with the weapons that he was holding at the time that photo was taken. And so there is state law there in Washington that parents can be charged after the fact if the minor gets to a gun and it ends up leading to harm or a credible threat. And there are around the country other rules that vary from state to state, that some states require locks at any time that a gun isn't under control, and others only end up penalizing the parents if the child actually gets a hold of one. So for right now, the parents in this case, they're still out and about. They probably have lawyered up by now. Investigators continue to talk with them. I did talk to the prosecutor's office this afternoon, and they are at this point waiting for the case file to be sent over to them so they can review a complete review and figure out whether or not the parents will in fact be charged or not in this particular case. Elizabeth?
Andres Gutierrez, thank you so much.
Okay, so like I said, it's kind of a weird story. Those guns are not cheap. They're not cheap. And when you're 13, it's really hard to make money. So how did he get 23 guns? You know, outside of being too young to have a firearm, being too young to purchase a firearm, how did he do that? I mean, I was clever when I was 13, but there's no way I was able to obtain 23 firearms. It's saying that the 13-year-old had posted threats online that he had guns. 12 hours later at 1 a.m., SWAT raided the house. They found 8 handguns, 2 shotguns, 13 semi-automatic rifles. They found magazines with references to the Columbine massacre on them, which I think that's kind of weird. Why would a 13-year-old give it, like, why would a 13-year-old highlight that? They probably weren't even around when that shit happened. To me, that sounds very weird. I don't care if he's interested in school shooters or whatever. Why would that be highlighted? That seems very weird to me. 13-year-old was fixated on school shooters. He'd been homeschooled since 2021 when he was 9. He posted on Telegram saying when he turns 21 that he's going to start killing people. He pled not guilty to unlawful firearm possession and making a threat. Now, I don't know how he's going to get away from that, but it's a very weird story. How did he obtain firearms? There's no legal way he was able to access these firearms. Then they also talk about him taking pictures in front of an open safe, which suggests maybe it's his parents' firearms or something. But if he had access to the safe, then obviously there was no use in having a safe, right? Because the kids can access the guns. You're not doing anything positive there. I think they also mentioned that the parents, possibly could be involved in some charges and whatnot. Hopefully we get a follow-up because there's a lot of unanswered questions. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news because we covered all the Charlie Kirk stuff. Last little bit of the news, of course, is Lefties losing it, and this one's titled "Borders Are Tom Homan Demolishes MSNBC Host Mike Brzezinski." I don't know what the fuck his name is. Mike is getting flame broiled by Mr. Tom Homan. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 13-year-old that's acting very suspicious. Guess it was predicted self-defense. He sees the future. That's probably going to be his argument, Russell, Columbine happened in the 90s. Really? It was in the 90s? It was that long ago? So he definitely wasn't around for that. I didn't realize it's been that long. Yeah, April 20th, 1999. Crazy. Zero Newsmax, 3 teens, critical condition, Colorado high school shooting. Yeah, I think that's what Colty's talking about. I didn't hear anything about it until we went live. I'm going to try and find information on that for tomorrow's live. Hair juicer, the next Kenosha kid. There. I haven't heard that phrase in so long. Yeah. Chase Brady, parents are lucky you didn't shoot his teacher. Yeah. Guess I'm easily 10K in guns. That's what I mean. How did he get that? Like, this shit doesn't make sense to me. And they all look brand new. Zero, even if he's making it up, still needs to be punished. Yeah, absolutely. Guess some nice ammo containers. Yeah, I can't even think of what they're called. But those, they got some cost to it too. And they were saying they're full of ammunition. It's got to be like his parents' shit. There's no way that a 13-year-old just obtained an arsenal like that. Zero, gonna blame homeschooling now? Well, maybe not homeschooling in general, but they need to blame the parents. I don't see them getting through this case without blaming the parents. There's just no way. He's 13. You know, if he was 18 or 17 or something, then, you know, it'd be okay. But 13, he's, you know, the parents are involved somehow. They may not have consciously known about it, but they gave him access and all of that. Done. His agent hooked him up. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like to me. What's up, Goth? Happy Freedom. Yeah, Goth, it's been a crazy one today. Stoner, if the rifles had optics with ammo, I would say at least 35K. Yeah, somebody put some money into that. Back Frank, I remember reading the journal of one of the girls killed at the Columbine. Her dad published it. She was prophetic about it. Interesting. I actually don't know a whole lot about that stuff. Nah, Stoner, you weren't that off. Off by 1 year. Guess I was still pulling heads off of my sister's Barbies at 13. I mean, I was already smoking weed and stuff. I wasn't raised right, but I wasn't doing that. I wasn't obtaining firearms and wanting to do bad stuff at school. I used to be really bullied in school too. Big time. Real big time. I was a grandma's boy. Just crying about everything. Used to get my ass whooped every single day I went to school. By fucking everybody, it felt like. Never wanted to go to school and do bad things though. Goth, great guest spot last night. Thank you, Goth. It was a lot of fun being on Handy News. It's a Brando. Happy Freedom. Appeal to heaven. I was into cars at 13. Yeah, somebody's raising a little lunatic. Colty, Evergreen High School in Colorado at noon. It happened today. Yeah, we're going to try and get the story for tomorrow because I didn't know about it. Otherwise, it would have been on the schedule. Colty, we need to bring back ass whipping the children again when they fuck up because that prevents the shit. Yeah, I agree. Well, and like I've told you guys before, I used to get my ass whipped when I was younger. There's reasons why I didn't grow up to do bad shit. There's a reason I didn't grow up to be Antifa. What's up, Kaya? Happy Freedom. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of everybody today. And they don't even have the shooter yet, as far as I could tell. Butterfly, yeah, no, there's nothing bad. I wasn't trying to like get on you about it. I just was saying I used to look different when I started live streaming. Colty, just a phase? No, it's not a phase. It's my genes. My genes are blue. No, I can't help hair getting thin. I'd still have dreads if my hair didn't do the thing it was doing. My dad started going bald at like 30. Like at 30, he was like starting to lose hair. So I knew my whole life that I was going to lose my hair. So I've had my head design shaved in my head, colors, braids, everything. I've done everything with my hair because I knew one day I was going to lose it. And so that's the only reason I don't have dreads. Otherwise, I loved my dreads. What's up, Shroomish? Happy Freedom. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys the video. Not that I really want to scar you guys like that, but if you saw what happened to Charlie Kirk, then there'd be no doubt in your mind that these fuckers got him. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Russell, they're about to have a presser about Kirk. Let me see. Brain.
Witness this. It's off.
I wish they would show you previews of lives, like when you hover over it. I don't see anything about a presser. Hold on. Update 6 p.m. It's already past 6 p.m. Oh, that's fake ass Fox. You're not watching Fox Live Now crap, are you, Russell? Because that stuff's not real. Authorities provide update by Washington Post. Has it happened yet? Is it ongoing? Alright, well, hold on. We're going to listen to some of this, see if we can get some new details about what, you know, the whole situation with Charlie Kirk.
It's unclear. Perhaps it's even unclear to them at this point whether that will have bearing in the investigation, but you could see a logical benefit of that. Perhaps if a car was left here if at longer than everything else, or perhaps that gives them an idea what has left, what has come and gone, then perhaps there's a tie there to a potential shooter. So, again, without knowing exactly what they were doing, it did look like they were photographing individual vehicles and going through and essentially sweeping this parking lot. And, of course, these are left here much longer than a lot of people who cleared out a campus quite a while ago now. As you can see, things have quieted down here. I think we saw some students up over at this end milling around, but a lot of the students that were out here earlier have cleared. Understandably, it's a warm afternoon. I don't know the exact temperature, but certainly at least mid-80s, if not hotter, and that's taking a toll. In fact, I wanted to mention that a sheriff's vehicle came by, gave us bottled water. I greatly appreciate that. It is a hot day out here, but again.
Okay, too much weather talk. I don't give a fuck about the weather. We're going to see about this. This is a video I came across from Washington Post. Obviously, somewhere in here, I think they speak for a moment. Maybe they're just testing the mic. No, they are speaking. There's nothing else going on. Maybe there's going to be another update, but let's see what they said. Maybe. I don't know if he's going to speak, but this woman's going to speak. Okay, so it seems like they are about to do the presser. That must be what this is. We'll just go ahead and leave this on the screen. We're going to read through the chat really quick, and if these guys light up, we'll go ahead and play it. Otherwise, next up we got the lefties losing it, as if we haven't had enough of the fucking lefties today. We'll see how it goes. Either way, we're going to read through the chat. Thank you for letting me know, Russell. Fox News, the website. I'll pull that up just in case Washington Post shits the bed here. Soon officials give update on Charlie Kirk assassination. Oh, I bet I can't even show this to you guys.
With that, good evening, Garrett.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. Can you guys see it? Oh, you can see it. Okay, okay. Interesting. Well, let's hear whatever this is.
Charlie said he felt like there really wasn't an organization out there for young conservatives that could counter what he called the pervasive left-leaning bias in America's education system. Well, fast forward 13 years and today.
Okay, so it's not quite time. Awaiting update on deadly Charlie Kirk shooting. So we'll just leave this playing for a little bit, and we'll read through the chat here. Wait for the update. Let me see. I'll keep them both pulled up. Washington Post and Fox, and we'll see. Interesting. In 59 minutes, they're going to take my ability to see that video away. on Fox. That's okay. We don't need that. Either way, reading through the chat. Thank you for letting me know, Russell. Zero Carl is on right now. I don't know what that means. Guess he used your barber. Me? I didn't cut that guy's hair. Maybe I did. Guess I get my news from The View. Kellegg's Hobart requested a moment of prayer and the Dems shouted no. Then they got into a screaming match. Holy. Matt Rogers at 13. I was already a multi-sport athlete. I didn't have time to do stupid shit. Yeah. What's up, Boom? Happy Freedom. Boom. Libs of TikTok. Found a post from someone tagged as Omar, also on Myron Gaines. They have a video of someone running on the roof of the campus. We saw a video of what looks like maybe somebody laying down on the roof of one of the buildings, but in that video we couldn't see anybody running. They told us that they had saw the person run, but I haven't seen the video yet. Thank you for letting me know, Boom. I'll see if I'll have to check out their video over on Libs of TikTok and see if we can find it really quick. We're also waiting on this update here. That's what all this is on the screen. Brain, what are we doing? Libs of TikTok. I'm trying to watch all these damn screens. I don't want to miss this update. Seconds after Charlie was shot, a man was seen running across the roof. Weird. But in this video I'm looking at, they're not really showing that. Oh. Oh. In the background. Hold on, let's get this on the full screen here. Oh, let me see. I think what we're looking at, can you guys see my mouse? You can see my mouse now. Okay, I think what we're looking at is right here. I don't know if you can see me circling, but on this building here, right at the top of the mouse, there's a little dot here. Now I'm going to rewind the video. We're going to play it real slow here. But I think that's what we're looking for, is this right here. I think is where you can see this person running. Playback speed, let's slow her down. Let me see.
Then we'll hear from the FBI.
No, it's not moving. Whatever it is. Oh, it is moving. It like paused for a second. And right there. Boom, gone. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe. All right, I think the presser is about to get started. Just give me a second here. Yep, it seems so. Let's get this shit off the screen real quick. Hold on. I'm hearing multiple things. All right. God bless America. Clicking all the wrong shit.
He was taken by a private vehicle to Nova's hospital. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake field office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
On behalf of President Tumenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, Our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. Okay. That is correct.
Are you still searching
or looking for another shooter or anybody else related to this?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to this shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? How long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooting?
Do you want to talk about what we know there? Yeah.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. but we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where do you believe the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation's ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise, and what happens on these kind of events?
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we are devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. You know, obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area. Surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Was the gun recovered?
I'm sorry, see?
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, there was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended, and do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
What kind of weapon was used?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team, or a combination of both, that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
The governor of Utah there, as well as law enforcement officials.
Super crazy. Well, Kash Patel posted that they got the shooter in custody, which they had mentioned that in the presser there. Let me get this pulled up. Now, they're not showing the guy. They're not saying what his name is or anything like that, which I don't like that. Let me find this really quick. All right, Kash Patel says the subject for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with the FBI. We will provide updates when able. And as far as I know, there hasn't been anything. It was 22 minutes ago that Cash Patel posted that. So, I don't know. Supposedly they got the shooter, but who knows when they'll show us the information. It's pretty interesting because at this point they could blame anybody. We didn't see anybody get arrested. We haven't seen any footage of anybody, in great detail. We've seen 2 videos of somebody being on the roof. We have the one video where it shows somebody possibly laying down the roof, but they didn't seem to move or anything like that. And the second video where the camera's panning and it seems like somebody is running along top of the roof. That's all we got, but you can't see, who that person is. You couldn't tell what their skin color is or anything by those videos. So now at this point, they could just blame anybody. They could just stick anybody's face on the TV with whatever name and whatever narrative they want to. And at the end of the day, it's not going to bring Charlie Kirk back. It fucking sucks. Like I said, next up we got Lefties losing it. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the little Charlie Kirk update presser there. Matt Rogers, I like that he reminded everyone that Utah still has the death penalty. Yeah, this will be interesting to see the next update. Here, just you got to scrub his socials before the name drop. Yeah, exactly. Guess MSNBC, 2 guys in MAGA hats carrying bleach. Yeah. Blue News is enjoying all of this. Simply Witchy, second time from a roof. Yep. Lived review, horrific. I wish I never saw the shot. Yeah. Yeah. Simply Witchy, I don't understand why roofs aren't important to security or police people. It's hard to say. Because, we were all saying the same thing when they took shots at President Trump. And that's Secret Service. And it's like, well, why didn't you check the roof? And they made a bunch of excuses. Everybody's saying it looks like a professional hit. Yeah. Kellex, yeah, we can do that. Dudden, this is going to radicalize someone. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting for, is to see what the blowback of this looks like. For the Texan, where's the security cameras? The building the shooter was at, it's the UNI. There's cameras everywhere. Well, they said that they have closed capture or closed whatever CC camera footage that they're going through right now. Like I said, it'll be interesting when we get the next update. Goth, was Riley Gaines with him? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Riley Gaines today. Major, they don't know shit. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Major, it's already radicalized all those celebrating online. Yeah, I'm not even going to go online after this. Because I already know there's going to be people celebrating. There was people celebrating, when this stuff happened to President Trump. And then they turn around and start making up stories about it, saying he wasn't never really shot. It's all fake and blah, blah, blah. They staged it. They just let him shoot him in the ear for looks. Like, blue people are so fucking crazy. So, yeah, I know that there's nothing good on the internet right now because it's going to be a bunch of blue people celebrating this and wishing this kind of action against other conservatives, and it's just no good. Meta, great live show with handy news. Nice people, a bit more serious interview than your first. It seemed like you weren't feeling up to par, but I enjoyed it anyways. Spreading hooligan happy freedom. Great exposure for you. Hope you keep it up. Well, thank you, Meta. I don't know. I was trying to be lively on handy news, but I hadn't eaten all day. And so I'm not a lot of fun when I'm hungry, but I was trying. And the spider bite was getting me. And yesterday was just a bad day in general, so I was trying to turn it around, but maybe I wasn't able to. Southern Eagleman, had to be somebody who knew what to do. One shot, one kill. Yeah, that's what almost everybody is saying. Thank you, Interstate, for the raid over on Twitch. Really appreciate you, Interstate. Thank you so much. Tim Walker. You have to ask yourself what happened to the Trump transparency. It's just a question. Well, I mean, I don't know. After everything going on with the Epstein stuff and all of that, hopefully they stop saying like the most transparent administration, because they do a little bit too much gimmicky stuff with that. You know, instead of having catchphrases and stuff, I wish they were dropping gems. But it's whatever. President Trump is fun. He's the coolest president we've ever had. But I don't know. Robert, I hope you're wrong. What's up, Metallica? Happy Freedom. Metallica, yeah, X just pissed me off. Yeah, I'm staying off of the internet after this. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom. Democrat Party of Murderers. Yeah, they are. Army, was the old man a distractor? You know, I was kind of wondering the same thing, because he was excited to take the blame. When they were arresting him, he was saying all kinds of weird stuff. He was speaking odd, and then when they had him on the ground, he was reciting his Miranda rights and all of that. It was like he was ready to be arrested, and then they were like, oh, he's not even the guy. Well, then why was he acting like that? Why was he behaving that way? You know, like it doesn't make any sense. So it does feel like the first guy they thought was the shooter was a distraction of sorts. What's up, ARMR? Happy Freedom. What's up, Donald? Happy Freedom. What's up, Pure Blood? Happy Freedom to you. Angry he was a plant. Could be. Paco, CIA, FBI killed him. I mean, it feels that way. I just don't know why they would. President Trump was very fond of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk held a bunch of huge events. Like huge events during Trump's campaign. Like the one that RFK Jr. came out. RFK Jr. had said that he stepped down and he was going to back up President Trump. And the very next day, it was a Turning Point USA event that he went to, and the world erupted over that stuff. They played those videos forever, for the whole... I mean, they still play those fucking videos when they bring up RFK Jr. That was a huge event, and it was put together by Charlie Kirk. So it's like, you know, President Trump and Charlie Kirk were close, it seems. I mean, President Trump just said he loved Charlie Kirk on his post on True Social. So I don't know why the government would smoke him, but that's what it feels like happened. Snugs, I imagine Trump will speak tomorrow live. Yeah, I kind of think so too. Cadillac's, Trump should speak tonight. We need him. You know that? I was just thinking that. I was just thinking, you know, he should speak tonight. What's up, Rip? Happy Freedom. Pumpkin, your hair grows fast. Yeah, it does. I don't know why. It's probably all the vitamins I take and stuff. Happy Freedom to you, Pumpkin. Shroomish CIA isn't on Trump's side. I could see easily why they'd smoke him. Yeah, but don't you think there would be blowback from Trump's admin? Because, like, we may never know what really happened, but I imagine Trump would be able to figure out if the CIA did it. What's up, free as he can be? Happy Freedom. Distraction so the real shooter could get away was first thought. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Paco, Trump is former FBI. Yeah, I think it's really weird what Mike Johnson said, that President Trump was an informant for the FBI against Epstein. And I also think it's really interesting that story didn't go anywhere. Hardly anybody talked about it, and I couldn't find a solid video on it. What's up, Heather and Aaron? Happy Freedom. Was Deep State? Yeah, smells like it. Z, they're throwing those program switches big time. Yeah. When we get updates and stuff tomorrow, it'll be interesting to see which direction they take us. What's up, Roy? Happy Freedom. What's up, Space? Happy Freedom to you. Space, wasn't Buddy on the train muttering something about they put things inside of him? I don't know. I didn't hear anything about what he was saying. I heard that he had muttered something about getting that white girl, which a lot of people were saying that, you know, makes him deserve to be charged with hate crime. Simply Witchy, and tomorrow is the 11th. I always get edgy when the 11th comes around. Yeah, well, that, and they always warn us. Or they apparently they don't anymore, but they did. They used to always say, be cautious on the 9/11 day because they're going to hit us again because of an anniversary and blah, 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 which I haven't heard that yet this year. But yeah, so I guess really we're going to hear from President Trump tomorrow no matter what. RIP, is X loading for anyone else? Let me see. What do you think? X is down? No, it seems to be fine for me. Every once in a while, though, I can't get the timeline to load. It'll just be blank. And I Googled it, and apparently that happens to everybody. There's a bug or something on X, and it causes your timeline to not generate. But I just loaded it up, and X seems to be working fine for me. Either way, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got the last little bit of the news. It is Lefties losing it before we get into the fun stuff. Today it's titled, Border Czar Tom Homan demolishes MSNBC host Mika Somebody. Now, I assume that the video that they're referencing is the one that we actually played yesterday where Tom Homan was not having it from the fake news. Either way, we got Rita with us today. She's looking very nice. We're going to go ahead and get into this, but I want you hooligans to go hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get this rolling.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. And we're going to have some shameful antics from CNN shortly. You will not believe how low they have sunk. But let's start tonight with the leader of the free world facing down demented protesters ruining everyone's dinner. President Trump was at Joe's Stone Crab in D.C. to enjoy a meal with VP J.D. Vance. Marco Rubio was there, Pete Hegseth.
Thank you, everybody. We have a safe city now. Great job.
But it wasn't long until the usual suspects were ruining everyone's delicious crab meals with their crazed screeching about freeing DC, freeing Palestine, and they were also calling President Trump Hitler. Watch the president walk towards them as they made spectacles of themselves, now international spectacles.
Enjoy your dinner.
Now, here is a hint for the diabolically dumb women in that clip. If Trump was Hitler, if he was a modern-day dictator, you would never be seen again. You think you can scream insults to, I don't know, Xi Jinping or Kim Jong-un? If you did, you'd be in a Labour camp or dead in quick time. Now to a delightful clash
I was saying that earlier.
Carlson and billionaire and dimwit Mark Cuban. Yes, he's both. Unusual combination, I know. Here they are discussing funding for Ukraine.
Half my family is Ukrainian from my grandparents. And so, you know, personally, I think we should help. But I don't have a studied answer for you.
How much money have you sent to Ukraine?
None.
Oh, so what do you mean by we? You're the one whose family's from Ukraine. Like, why don't you send them $1 billion?
Because I'm trying to fix healthcare.
Why don't you fix their healthcare if you're like so deep? If you think we need to help, why don't you start? How about you first? Yeah. I notice that's never like even an option for anybody. It's like, we need to help. That's not what charity is. Forcing other people to help is not charity.
Here's the
it's
good
vanity.
news. Love that. We need more Carl.
So I just want to say really quick, I see on X that Charlie Kirk's wife and 2 children were present when he was shot in the throat. Fucking awful.
v Cuban content in our lives. Now to another clash, but this one was very much one-sided despite the best efforts of MSNBC host Mika Brzezinski. Watch Our Borders Are Tom Homan demolishes her ridiculous claims and calls out her earlier misleading coverage of ICE operations.
I see on the show this morning you have Governor Healy talking about ICE doing enforcement operations at a church. False. Didn't happen.
They were parked there. They did not do an operation there. She said they were parked in a public space legally.
But to say that and to push that out there puts fear in the immigrant community. So let me tell you what's happening.
To do that puts fear in the community.
Right.
To park the ICE agent's vehicle
they're on a
near
public
a church.
street.
They are on a public
street.
She said
they're on a public street
sir.
waiting to respond to a criminal alien release pulled aside the road. Let me tell you, in the last couple of days, what's happened in Boston. They've arrested Victor Gomez Perez, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Guatemala, with charges of aggravated rape, assault and battery with dangerous weapon, indecent assault and battery on a victim 14 years or younger. They arrested Kaylee Espinosa, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Colombia, with charges of aggravated assault on a pregnant victim. They arrested Joshua Gonzalez, a 24-year-old criminal alien from Dominican Republic, with charges for trafficking heroin, morphine, opium, resisting police, disorderly conduct, and drug distribution. They also arrested Samuel Armando Barrero, a 20-year-old criminal illegal alien from Guatemala, pending charges for assault and battery on a child. This past year, I've seen innocent Americans raped and murdered by people who are not supposed to be here. So rather than going back and forth and say, well, ICE has got a car parked near a church, that is ridiculous.
Ridiculous indeed, but Mika was not done yet. Having hit rock bottom, she decided to start digging.
I would argue that actually the ICE vehicle parked outside a Spanish mass is a frightening sight, given what has happened in this country. I also, with respect, sir, thank you for the information that you have shared on this show, but we would appreciate all of the information. All of it. All of the data that you say you have.
I've done this show several times. Every time on your show, I speak with integrity, I speak with honesty, and I speak with facts. The bottom line is, because of all this false narrative, and you using the term disappearing people,
well,
is
that's
disgusting.
What's happened. That happened to the group that was sent to El Salvador.
She is determined to make a monumental fool of herself by repeating these debunked Democrat talking points. Even some Democrats, the sensible ones, have stopped making these claims, but not Mika and not MSNBC. They are going down with the ship.
Why a lot of these people have been disappeared. You say you have data. We would love to see it. The American people should see this data.
Well, here's the rhetoric again, right? You just meant disappeared. That is a ridiculous thing to say.
Why?
Because ICE is doing the same thing we've done for decades. But because of the last 4 years, ICE wasn't allowed to enforce the law. But we're doing the same thing right now that we did when I started back in 1984. ICE agents are enforcing the laws enacted by Congress.
Now to CNN disgracing itself again by accusing Donald Trump of seizing on the murder of a young Ukrainian woman, a murder they had refused to cover until now.
Ukrainian refugees' murder caught on camera. It is absolutely horrific. Trump is now seizing on this to push his nationwide crackdown.
And it gets worse. Have a listen to what CNN anchor Abby Phillip had to say. She seems to be more mad at Charlie Kirk for bringing attention to this sickening crime than the barbaric thug who killed an innocent woman.
When you are mentally ill, you have a hard time knowing that you are mentally ill. But also, I mean, people like Charlie Kirk, Van, they've been looking for opportunities to make this some sort of like reciprocal George Floyd situation. And that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game. And it's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
You know what? I'm almost speechless. Comparing that poor innocent woman to George Floyd is bad enough, but get ready to be truly disgusted. Here is Van Jones.
We don't know why that man did what he did. And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that, it's just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong. Then he says that if something like that had happened the other way, there would be sweeping changes imposed on society. Where is the George Floyd Policing Act? It didn't pass.
Well, no evidence except the killer saying, "I got the white girl," and the fact that he was seated with 5 others around him who he didn't attack, who all happened to be black, but he targeted Irina pretty much as soon as she sat down in front of him. All of this had White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt fuming when she addressed the media earlier today.
Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina, by a savage career criminal. The most enraging and unacceptable part of this story is that her death was entirely preventable. DeCarlos Brown never should have been on that train that night. In fact, he should have been behind bars. Previously served 5 years in prison for a robbery with a deadly weapon charge, and he had also forfeited bonds 3 different times, twice in 2014 and once in 2023. Despite all of this past documented criminal history, when Brown was arrested yet again in January of this past year, a Democrat judge, who I will add was a strong supporter of former Vice President Kamala Harris, released this insane criminal once again without requiring him to pay any bail. He simply had to sign a written promise to return for his court hearing. Think about how crazy it is to ask a career criminal, someone who by definition repeatedly breaks the law, to just sign a written promise and come back again another day. This is madness.
And Caroline Leavitt had a message for those in the media who had refused to cover this shocking murder.
And perhaps most shamefully of all, the majority of the media, many outlets in this room, decided that her murder was not worth reporting on originally because it does not fit a preferred narrative. Many of the journalists in this room spilled plenty of ink trying to smear Daniel Penny for defending a subway car from a deranged lunatic in New York City, but none of those same reporters lift a finger to write stories about an actual murderer. Here's the truth that every American must know. Too many innocent people across the country continue to pay the price of the failed experiment known as cashless bail.
Joining me now is political advisor and commentator.
Okay, so that is Lefties losing it there, and that wraps up a little bit of the news I got for you guys today. We're going to get into the fun stuff here in just a second. Sitting here reading through X trying to figure out if there's any new details, but there's not, at least not at this time. Either way, like I said, next up we got the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Orange Kitty, I Choose You. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Take That. That's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these lefties losing it. What's this, Calex? Oh yeah, we're gonna play a bunch of videos tomorrow about people reacting to Charlie Kirk and stuff. I don't think we're gonna play the lefties talking shit, because I don't think anybody wants to hear that. But yeah, there's a lot of videos out there right now reacting to what happened to Charlie Kirk. Heard you, sir. Weird. The police chief said his wife wasn't there. See, that's why I hate when this stuff happens, because we always get contradicting information. I'm trying to think, who was it that said? Let me see if I can find it really quick. BBC was the one saying that his wife and kids were pregnant, that they were present. Sorry, my fucking brain is not working at this point. Apparently there was somebody who was pretty much going viral on Twitch for laughing about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I guess Twitch just banned them. Also, there's somebody who slowed down the video and has it all zoomed in, and it almost looks like the bullet ricochets off his chest plate, because he's got armor on. And it looks like it hits his chest and then goes up and goes out like through his throat. Obviously, I can't show you guys that video. I'm about tired of watching that clip over and over again, though. I'll never get this out of my head. So next, tell him, Tucker. Yeah, Tucker cracks me up. He's like, you want everyone to help? How about you start? Guess I asked AI to search BBC. I recommend you never do that. Yeah, don't type it into Google. You're not going to get what you're bargaining for. Holy, thank you so much, Beck Frank, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Beck Frank. Thank you so much for the support. It says, we appreciate you, bro. Thank you for walking with everyone through the hard times. Absolutely, Beck Frank. Thank you so much. Boom. Why the hell did the police not say that there was an active manhunt? The campus was sealed off, etc. I don't know. I just seen a video of someone recorded where the police officers were wandering through her yard looking for the suspect. Tony Rez, play 10 or more funny videos we need today. Getting funny videos is the hardest part of my job, actually. Sometimes we're late because it's that hard for me to find funny videos. It's a weird conundrum. If you type in funny videos in YouTube or TikTok or X or anywhere, you'll find videos that just aren't fucking funny. They're elusive. They're hard to find. They're very hard to find. And I wish I had more funny videos for you guys today, but the two we have will have to do. Rip, can't get X to work even with a VPN. Weird. Yeah, because mine is lighting right up. Of course, it's all full of Charlie Kirk and stuff. And some boobies. That happens. Anyways. What's up, Cheddar Steve? Happy freedom. Charlie will be martyred. He will be immortal. Yeah. I still can't believe what happened today. Thank you, Electric Hammer. What's up, Habs? Happy freedom. What's up, 1776? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom. Giggling Spy, CNN sounds like an accessory again. Yeah. I can't believe how many people are just openly laughing about what's going on. Charlie Kirk did not hurt anybody. Ever. Never was violent against anybody. So I don't understand people being like, yeah, he deserves to be shot in the throat. Why? Like, what the fuck did he do? He said shit you don't like? Well, nobody likes what liberals say because nothing they say makes any sense. Like, they'd be real pissed that everybody was celebrating that shit, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot. What's up, Campfire? Happy freedom. Major, I swear Tom Homan's always drunk. I don't think he's drunk. I think it's hard to speak when he's missing half of his teeth or whatever. But he looks like he drinks. But at the same time, hearing him talk so many times, you hear the stories he tells about having to interview children that were being trafficked and the things that they say happened to him and stuff. I bet it's hard to do that job and not drink. Like, I don't blame him for drinking after hearing half the shit he has to go through. Bill Clay, the first episode of Charlie Kirk I watched was January 6th, 2021. Yeah. I'm not even sure how I came across Charlie Kirk. Probably covering the Trump rallies is probably how I discovered Charlie Kirk. What's up, Hat the Cat? Happy freedom. Pumpkin, they're so full of hate. Yeah, the lefties, that's all they got is hate. Southern Eagleman, thank you so much for the bits over on Twitch. You're a badass. Thank you, Southern Eagleman. Shaquille, now we got a Remembrance Day for 9/10 and 9/11. Yeah. Shaquille, Poland bombed Russia. Did they? Because that's not what earlier I heard that Russia sent drones to strike Ukraine and Poland interfered with it. They shot down the drones or something. And then I heard that Israel bombed Qatar. But now twice I've heard that Poland bombed Russia. So I don't know if this is two different news things that keep getting confused, or if they did bomb Russia, because this is the second time I've heard that. But earlier today, like I said, I heard that Poland interfered with Russia's drone strike that was supposed to hit Ukraine, and that Israel had bombed Qatar. But like I said, you know, like I've been saying for the whole life, once the Charlie Kirk shit happened, everything else just went out the window. DP, I was commenting and sharing something he had said, and next thing I know, he followed me back. He was a damn good person to my understanding. Yeah, DP. Yep. Charlie Kirk didn't do anything to anybody but help them out. Even the lefties. He was helping them and they didn't realize it, you know, because they're so fucking brain dead. He's trying to help them, and he's doing it with the love of God, and then they turn around and do him like that. Sense of being. How many people will die until it turns into full civil war? This happens every time something bad happens. Everybody starts talking about civil war. But like I said, it's not what people have this weird idea of what civil war is. Like, you're just going to storm the streets of Portland and start shooting lefties and shit. That's going to happen for a whole 10 minutes till the military shows up. Like, real civil war involves fighting government. Nobody wants to fight the government. Everybody wants to fight lefties. Lefties are protected by the government. So when people are like, oh, I want civil war. Yeah, you want to shoot at American soldiers because that's kind of what you're talking about. And I don't think people realize that. They're just mad and they're just talking. Well, you shouldn't do that, because that's what the lefties do, is they get mad and they just start talking. And so maybe think before you start asking for shit that you don't want. Because like I said, imagine being fucking sick and you're under martial law. You can't even go to the Walgreens to get cold medicine. And your ass is on the internet like, I want civil war. Like, no, you want lefties to stop behaving like radicals. That's what you want. You want Democrats to stop protecting radicals as if they're normal people when they're not, right? Hurting kids and cutting your wiener off and all kinds of shit. That shit is not normal. Like, you want the bad stuff to stop happening. You don't want fucking civil war. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I wish people would think a little bit more before they say shit, but I understand. I'm mad too, but I also have enough self-control to know what I should and shouldn't say. Kellex, I think we need boobs in a time like this. It's true. It's true. Anyways, let's get into the fun stuff. We're going to do the best to make this the fun stuff. It's a fucking hard day today. Anyways, like I said, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar set by Beck Frank. Now, I can't remember what day it is. Day 4, I believe. Let's see what we get today. Kind of looks like a map. I don't know what it is. We're going to take a gander here in a moment. What is this? It is a map. The whole Skyrim map here. Oh, let me put this up. Look at that. Come on, camera. Give me some focus. Been a hard enough day. I need your bullshit. Focus like you matter. Either way. Thank you so much, Beck Frank. We have all this Skyrim stuff going on here. I was reading through my Dragon Break booklet here. Learning the breaks. Got to. Just in case you got to do the Dragon Screech. Anyways, thank you so much, Beck Frank. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into these funny videos here. This first one was provided by Stoner. Let's get this pulled up. Come on. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Like I said, this was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Orange Kitty, I Choose You. Holy. It's super effective. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Get Some. Come on, thing. Hold on a second. All right. This is provided by Get Some, and it's titled Take That. I can't get bit again. I might not survive it. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Oh, I appreciate you, Robin. Thank you for joining us. We're live every day except for Sunday. All right, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday. So got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and then we'll be raiding out over on Rumble. Man, Rogers, the cat's going to fuck him up in his sleep. Yeah. Yeah, for going after him. Russell, Mortal Kombat with a cat. Might have won the fight. You're going to lose the war. One week, let's see, in a week from now, there will be thousands of Charlie Kirk debaters talking to people. They silence one voice, thousands are going to fill the void. It could be, but I also worry about retaliation, because if somebody goes and retaliates, then they'll make it a big deal. You know, like BLM protesters storming the Lincoln Memorial and stuff didn't matter. But MAGA supporters storming the Capitol, that mattered. And there wasn't much of a difference between them. The difference is that BLM stood outside and protested and burned shit down near the White House for like 2 fucking weeks before anybody did anything about it. J6 was 1 day. And then look at the blowback, though. MAGA supporters do not go out there and rally and shit anymore because of it. They stopped it from happening. So what they did to Charlie Kirk, it could cause a lot of conservatives to go out there and try and fill the void. But at the same time, if somebody goes out there and retaliates because of what happened to Charlie Kirk, it could stop people from filling the void. They'd be afraid to, because of what it make them look like. That's the same reason why MAGA doesn't do flag waves and shit anymore, because it always gets turned. Oh, you're starting another J6. It's like, doesn't matter how ridiculous it is. Once they give you that stigma, they fuck you. And I worry that's what's going to happen. And that's why I said, like, the next update we get probably tomorrow will be interesting, because if someone retaliates, it's going to end up with stigma, and then it's going to make conservative influencers and shit, because that's how they're talking about Charlie Kirk, is he's a conservative influencer. It's going to cause stigma, even though he's the victim in the fucking situation. That's how it goes. Lefties could kill 100 conservatives and it barely makes the news. But if a conservative kills a lefty, it'll be the only thing you'll hear about for months, for maybe a fucking year. You never know. And it's because there's so much blue news. There's so much of it. It sucks. Zero, I think this will be different. Well, it's good to stay hopeful. Matt Rogers, remember, these are the people that say words are violence. That's right, Matt Rogers. Big scary words. 10-man Benny Johnson on Fox right now. Everyone is in shock. Yeah. Guess the more they harm us, the more elections we win. It's true. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. Says, stay strong and smart, hooligans. We are on the right side of history. Much love. Much love to you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. What's up, Sausage King? Happy freedom to you. Hey, thanks for being here, Appeal to Heaven. Enjoy the rest of your day. We might do that, Sly Dog. Thank you for letting me know. We'll have to check it out. What's up, Mr. Dog? Happy freedom to you. Mr. Dog, dude gets assassinated in front of kids and wife, and the left's response. But there's bad people on both sides. Yeah, Mr. Dog, I know. It's real bad. Like I said, I'm not going to be on the internet after this live. Oh, I appreciate you sharing this out, Robin. Alex King, you running on D-alkaline? It's not those kind of batteries. What's up, Jason? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here, Teasel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, thanks for being here, Hair Juicer. Zero, Fox just cut off Benny saying Charlie is a martyr. Yeah, I believe it. Guess I'll be on Grindr if anyone wants to chat. Alright, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing, hooligans. So we are going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Let's see who's live. We may... Let me see. Let me figure out how to spell this guy's name really quick. I'm pretty sure I follow them on X. Oh, I don't know. They're doing some preaching right now. Could be good, but it also could be too much with everything we've dealt with today. I don't know. I gave him a follow. Let me see. Zaku's live. Well, let's try it. We'll see. If it doesn't work, then we won't do it again. But let's do our first raid to Pudge TV. Like I said, follow these guys, or this guy, over on X. And they're going to be talking about church, so we'll see how this goes. But either way, let's do a thing. Don't forget, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get this raid rolling, hooligans.
Right. Yeah. Jeff
Mac, thank you for the raid, bro.
Jeff Mac, what is going on, my friend? Thank you so much for that raid tonight. It's a somber day, guys. We really are just kind of sitting in prayerful mode here. Sly Dog, what's going on? I just wish to live to see vengeance. Yeah, I get it. I really do. I really do. That human side of me, man. B. Hendrix, this is the beard.
He's still going to get his
Thistle beard.
consequences. When they catch him, he's going to get his he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life.
Absolutely.
I mean, the consequences are gonna
100%.
happen. But what I prayed for was for his soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I prayed for. The shooter's soul. I prayed that he finds Jesus.
Because the simple fact of the matter is, as Christians, this is the conversation that we have to have is what would Jesus do? And just like Jesus did, hanging on the cross, bearing the sin of the thieves on either side of him, he looked at both of them with forgiveness in his heart. And he said to the one that you will be forgiveness, unrelenting, unconditional. It's impossible for us. Jeff, thank you so much for the giant raid, dude. Guys,
awesome.
welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us for little back porch theology. What a wild day for them to be joining us on, right? No testimony today. I hate it. But we got a tight schedule tonight. And I am just super grateful for every single one of you guys coming in here. Please smash that like button. Go follow Rants. Follow the channel so that you guys can see this every single Wednesday. We do it every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's God's time zone. Even though Rants doesn't live here, he lives in Jesus' time zone, which is just as good, but not really.
All right, fantastic raid, you hooligans. Very nice, very nice. Now, I'm glad they got forgiveness in their heart, because like I can forgive your soul, but I want to take your flesh. And I think a lot of people feel that way, but I'm glad that they got a positive attitude. It's a good way to be. It makes you live long. Anyways, we're going to read through one more time, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. 10 man, everybody's in shock. Yeah, absolutely. Calex, no, I haven't seen Gutfeld yet. I heard it's interesting. I have it bookmarked. I'm going to check it out after the live. Boom, we're only one like away. Come on, hooligans. We got to hit that like button over on Rumble. I think we're almost at 100. We are. Somebody go hit the like button over on Rumble. Get us at 100. Meta, God bless everyone. Absolutely. Peace and love to you, Tony Rich. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for being with us, Bobby Johnson. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy Freedom. Yeah, DP. I know everybody's mad right now. Oh, I appreciate you, Simply Witchy. Done. Raid didn't work for me. What is the channel again? It should be posted at the top of the chat. If you click the join button, it should send you right over there. Meta, give Klaus a hug and eat food. Oh, I will. So, Kayla, happy freedom to you. Yeah, today is a sad day for sure. Absolutely. I like how I got 2 thumbs down. Well, at least we hit 100 over on Rumble. Very nice. Good job, you hooligans. All right, guys, like I said, we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys. Try and enjoy your day. Go find yourself some good food. It will help make you feel better. I'm going to try and do the same, but make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.